Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Northampton Township Board of Supervisors meeting for Wednesday, October 26th, 2022. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right, we have no special presentations tonight. There are two opportunities for public comment. The first opportunity would be limited to agenda items only, and there's a sign-up sheet in the back of the room if somebody would like to speak on agenda items. And then there's a second opportunity for public comment at the end of the meeting, which can be on any specific topic. We just ask you to sign up to speak. What we will be doing when we have someone come to the microphone for public comment, we will just be asking if you're a resident and not asking you for your specific address. We just want to know if you're a resident or not. With that, I'll move to consent items, approval of the minutes. Paul is not here tonight. She sends her apologies, Paula Gasper. So I'll take this. If there are any corrections for the minutes, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll put them forward for consent. Hearing none, we'll move those to consent items. Accounts payable, Kim?
Yes, I have the bills list for October 12th, 2022. Total all funds, $1,582,809.38. And I have the bills list for October 26th, 2022. Total all funds, $3,091,037.45.
Thank you, Kim. And we have one planning module to consider. Barry?
Sure, thanks, Adam. So on Toner Homes recently received subdivision approval for 4 lots on Polinsky. And part of this process, we need to make a resolution. I'll make the resolution now if I could. It says, I move to approve the DEP resolution number R-22-1E for plan revision for the new land development to be approved by Toner Homes for property located 568 Polinsky Road.
Okay, thanks, Barry. I'll accept a motion to accept all the consent items as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion for any board members?
None.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consent items carries. Thank you. We'll move on to, there's no public hearings or unfinished business tonight. We'll move on to new business. First, we're going to consider a resolution to implement Act 57 of the 2022 property tax penalty waiver provisions. Bob?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Act 57 of the 2022 amends the local tax collection law to allow taxpayers who fail to receive a tax notice during their first year of occupancy to apply for and receive a waiver of penalties and additional costs from the tax collector. If I may make a motion?
Please.
I move to adopt Resolution R-20-21 to implement Act 57 of 2022, directing the Township Tax Collector to implement Act 57 requirements for the tax years beginning on or after January 1st, 2023.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from the board? No. Hearing none, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next, consider bids for trash collection contract. Kim?
Yes, our bids were opened on October 20th for a new solid waste collection and transportation contract beginning January 1st, 2022. The township received 2 bids for this service. The bidders include Whitetail Disposal and J.P. Mascaro and Sons. The bid specifications included options for traditional, manual, and automated collection services. Under the automated service option, the successful bidder must provide wheeled trash containers to approximately 10,400 single-family homes and provide manual collection services to approximately 2,400 higher-density developments. Residents that that receive wheeled containers will be required to use only these containers for their solid waste and would not be permitted to place any other trash containers at the curb for collection. However, there is an option to purchase an additional wheeled container if necessary. Also, we already have our recycling cans that are already ready for automatic collection. The lowest responsible bid was received from Whitetail Disposal for both manual and automated collection for a 3-year contract with the option to award 2 additional 1-year contract extensions. The current rate for waste collection and transportation services is $208.68 per unit per year. The bid from Whitetail Disposal is $435 per unit per year for manual collection and $404.55 for automated collection. These costs increase for each year of the contract. The cost increases depending on the type of service selected are $226.32 and $195.87 respectively in the first year of the contract. An increase in the annual fee from $299 to $550 is recommended beginning January 2023. If the fee is set at this rate, our projections indicate that the fee will not need to be changed during the 5-year contract, assuming an award of the option years. However, an option is to steadily increase the fee over the contract term. When comparing manual versus automated collection costs for the Whitetail Disposal bid, there is a $1,211,648 savings in the initial 3-year contract term and a $2,091,776 saving in the 5-year contract term. Those are the option years. By switching to automated collection service. The administration has recommended a bid award to Whitetail Disposal for the 3-year contract term using automated collection service at the per unit per year rates in the bid proposal. We believe that the vast majority of waste haulers have moved to automated collection service, and few continue providing manual services. Waste Management declined to bid on our contract because of the requirement to manually collect from 2,400 homes. And we also, in our packet, had a letter from the company stating that this was their stance. Automated collection reduces manpower requirements, improves the visual appearance of our neighborhoods, minimizes spillage, and eliminates the current problem of empty trash cans being placed in front of driveways or thrown into the street. With that, could I make a motion?
Please.
I move to approve a 3-year contract with Whitetail Disposal for solid waste collection and transportation beginning January 1st, 2023, and ending on December 31st, 2025 at the annual per unit rates indicated in the bid proposal, and to authorize the township manager to execute a contract in accordance with the bid documents and specifications issued by the township.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and discussion. Any further discussion, Kim?
Yes, first of all, I want to say that Mr. Pellegrino has been warning us for several years that our trash costs would be going up, and unfortunately, this has turned out to be true. Most of our residents understand that there is a labor shortage. Automated trash removal cuts from 3 people on the trash truck to 1. Whitetail also would have a chase truck that would be around to pick up if there are misses. We would also have our own computers program with the company so that our residents can get in the system and they can find out through their phone or their computer if service is running late, or a reminder that it's a holiday, or that if for some reason it was getting picked up a day late. During track, I think most of our residents maybe thousands of people. Remember, during COVID, our trash collections were a nightmare. With the automated, it cuts down on the chances for these problems. It was a nightmare for our employees and our residents, and one of the best parts of all of this is that it will keep the workers who collect our trash safer. It's a very dangerous job, collecting trash. And it's horrible from the heat of the summer to the cold of the winter. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Automated trash collection removes this problem. And the best part is that when you put your trash can out at night, when you come back the next day, it's going to be in the same spot, only empty. So I think this is an excellent bid, and I look forward to our new service.
Thanks. Bob, do you want to?
Just one clarification, if I could, and I missed it in the draft motion. We have to specify automated collection in the motion.
Okay. You okay with the change?
Yep.
It's not specific.
Barry, you second. Are you okay with the change?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Motion is, and the second are both are okay with the change. Barry, any comment?
Yeah, I'll just say I agree with everything Kim said. I think it's a very good contract. I know it's a little more money, but I think people appreciate the fact that labor costs have gone up, fuel costs have gone up, and I'm glad that the township's moving to the automation process. And it's a lot more efficient. And as Kim also mentioned, the fact that we have now a better communication system in place, where residents can find out the status of things being picked up or is there any delays into that. So, no, I think it's a great contract, and I appreciate Bob's efforts and the administration's efforts in getting it done in a timely fashion.
Just on the notification system, residents will need to sign up for that service. So just a point of clarification on that. It's not, if we don't know who you are, we can't get that information out to you. So the company will have a website and the ability for residents to sign up to get notices.
Thanks, Bob. Bob, any comments?
Yes, so thankfully I was not a member of this board during the COVID period. I was a township resident, however, and suffered with many of you regarding a lack of pickup, inconsistencies, things of that nature. Though it seems in sitting on this board, we've had extensive discussions, and I think those of you who were on that board, we learned something from it. And I think we tailored this contract specifically in consideration of what we learned, what we need. For example, I, for one, had never thought in terms of the safety issue of persons on the back of the truck, anything beyond possibly falling off the truck or getting hit by a car. But it was pointed out that there are extensive costs related to things such as punctures by needles, other sharp objects in the garbage, things you might not have otherwise thought of. So I think we spent a lot of time on this. I think we got the contract right. And I think you always get what you pay for, and costs going up is something we're all living with, but I think it will be easily absorbed if you're getting the services you pay for.
Thanks, Bob. Just a couple comments. Over half the country, 65% of the country, has gone to automated service. I think it's important that we stay up with the times. For all the other reasons that my fellow board members spoke about, safety, manpower, I think that's good. I recognize the cost is going up. I think we're adding some value to that cost. I really like the automated notification system. And as Mr. Pellegrino said, you go to the website and you have to opt in. But once you opt in, you'll be in, and I believe it's both texting and emailing are available for notifications. I guess you probably choose, but it's really nice to know that if there is some issue, you're notified ahead of time, and so you don't have to make additional phone calls for missed pickups. And of course, the health and safety part is huge. We appreciate the education on that. Did you have something else? So if there are no other comments, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the motion carries. Whitetail will officially get the bid. And we do have Paul Brady here, who's the CEO and president of Whitetail. And would you like to just say a couple words real quick? Sure, if you wouldn't mind, come to the microphone.
Yeah. My name is Paul Brady. I am a visitor, and I am president of the company. Thank you for the opportunity. We are prepared to work hard every day to earn your confidence. And I want to make very clear, we are going to work and do a very good job for the community, and we appreciate this opportunity. And I'm prepared to answer any questions, but I think,
Look forward to our relationship. Thank you.
You know what?
Thank
Can
you.
I-
Wait, we have one question.
I do have, would you explain the education process to our residents, how you're going to let them know about the trash cans that they're going to be receiving, and maybe a little bit about, like, some of the communications that you're going to give to them?
right, we
Is the microphone on? Excuse me. Is that microphone on? As you can hear? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. On our website, there will be a dedicated page for the residents of Northampton. We'll be able to coordinate that with your communication, in which we'll be able to guide everyone and answer their questions. It's also my understanding we'll be able to provide videos of explaining why can placement should be a certain way, so that everyone gets the proper context for what we're trying to accomplish. We'll be able to help with educational pieces on recycling, what is good recycling, and why is this good recycling. We'll be able to reach out and answer questions very quickly. We'll have chatbot available for immediate questions between 8 and 5 during the day. We'll be able to return, there'll be a specific email available to the residents. It'll be something like Township of Northampton, ton@whitetailedisposal.com, where they'll be able to quickly send an email directly to us that we'll be able to respond to in a very short period of time. So when you put all that aggregate all those in combination, I think we'll be able to do a very good job of working with the community as a partner with the community in order to answer those questions and educate them as best as possible, as quickly as possible.
I also think, Paul, you're going to do some mailings, some postcard
We are.
mailings and
We are.
and so forth.
What we're going to do is we'll have a team set up for the transition. We'll work with you, Bob, and as far as making sure we communicate what we think the best way is to collect the trash, recycling, yard waste, bulk items each week. Working with you and in agreement with you, we will then make sure that everyone understands if there's any change to what they're currently used to, what it will look like when we get there into January. And we'll reach out through post, we'll make available on the website, we'll coordinate with the township website so that everyone is speaking the same language and there's strong communication. Back to, I think someone was talking about the pandemic. We certainly learned in the pandemic that communication is very important for everyone so that we all stay on that same page. Hopefully we won't have to revisit those pandemic years, but the communication part of it's going to continue to move forward.
Great.
Any other questions? Again, thank you very much for the opportunity. I promise you we will do a good job for you.
We look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you. Before we go to the next item, I guess I failed, and you can see the wide shot of the room. You'll notice all the supervisors and guests with us tonight are wearing pink, and that is our show and sign of support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. We wore these last October, and I think our goal is to always support this important cause each year. So that's why it's so bright in here. Next up is authorized sale of some surplus equipment. Barry.
Sure, thanks, Adam. We have 4 pieces of equipment, actually 4 trucks and 1 piece of equipment, a backhoe, that we need to sell. And the way the rules work is anything over $2,000, we need to have this board approve it. So I'd like to make a motion if I could.
Please.
Sure. So I move to authorize the Township Administration to sell surplus equipment at a public auction as recommended by the Department of Public Works in a memorandum dated October 20th, 2022.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion from the board?
None.
All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Okay.
Next, we'll go to liaison reports. Kim.
Yes, since Mrs. Gasper is not here tonight, she asked me to do a couple of her liaison reports. So first about the library. After being closed on Sundays for the summer, on September 11th, the library reopened to the public on Sunday afternoons from 1 to 5 p.m. It will remain open to the public on Sundays through the remainder of the school year. The library director and members of the library board were actively involved with the Northampton Day event on Sunday, September 24th. The director assisted Steve Artie and the Historical Commission to set up their 9-panel display of Northampton Township history, as well as arranging to have specific library presence at the event. The director and library board members' main focus was to roll out the community survey needed to assist their strategic plan process. Posters and bookmarks were utilized in a variety of ways, and the link to the survey both appeared on the administration, police, and park and recreation departments, along with the senior center. Also shared the QR code through their social media outlets. To date, there have been nearly 900 responses. The library also held a reading challenge for children based on the township's 300th anniversary celebration. Children were challenged to read at least 300 minutes per week during the 4 weeks of July. 12 children successfully completed the challenge and have been awarded certificates of achievement as well as gift certificates to the Newtown Bookshop. Annie Halliday of the Mercer Museum was there to present a brief history of Northampton Township on Saturday, November 24th. Maybe that's September 24th. 58 people attended the hour-long presentation. Annie has been scheduled to present her program a second time on Saturday, March 11th at 1 o'clock. Plans are being made to record the program and include a transcript and the recording in the township archives at the library. After months of planning, the library facility is currently being worked on to accommodate the new permanent display for the Patriot Flag Program. A Veterans Day ceremony is scheduled to be held on Saturday, November 12th at 10 o'clock to dedicate the new display. Now the veterans. Veterans Day ceremony will be at the Northampton Township Library Saturday, November 12th, 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m. The Northampton Township Board of Supervisors and the Veterans Advisory Commission cordially invites all community residents to attend our annual celebration of Veterans Day and Military Families Month. This year's ceremony will include the unveiling of the Northampton Township Flag Program display at its new location inside the Township Library. This year, we are celebrating Veterans Day on Saturday, November 12th, a day after the official observance on November 11th, to accommodate attendance. Now, Parks and Rec. On behalf of the Parks and Rec Department, I would love to say a huge thank you to the Daniel Parzik Foundation, a local nonprofit organization that recently funded the upgrade to the 2 outdoor basketball courts at the Civic Center. After Dan was tragically killed in 2020 at the age of 33, his family and friends committed to continue sharing Dan's passion for all things good and kind with our local communities. The project included removal and replacements of 4 poles and backboards, new professional grade rims, custom pole pads, and repair and repainting of the court surfaces. Dan and his friends spent countless hours there while they grew up, so it is amazing to have this project completed so our community can enjoy the courts just as he did. The 46th annual Halloween happening will be held on Saturday, October 29th, that's this Saturday, at the Northampton Municipal Park. The theme this year is Northampton Township's 300th anniversary. If you don't already have your costume, you may want to consider dressing up as someone from our past. This outdoor event will start at 11 a.m. with registration and entertainment from BC Discovery's Dance Studio, followed by the popular Costume Parade. Families can enjoy walking along the decorated pathways and voting for your favorite trunk in the Trunk or Treat contest, and vote for your favorite scarecrow on Scarecrow Row. Details and registration are on the Parks and Rec website. Check the web for any updates. If there is inclement weather, the event will be held the same day at the Rec Center at 345 Newtown Richborough Road. November and December will bring lots of holiday activities to the municipal park. Enjoy a walk through the municipal park paths this November and be inspired by gratitude messages during the Thanksgiving season. And exciting news from the North Pole, Mrs. Claus will be visiting Northampton Township to read books for the children for the holiday season. This outdoor event will be held at the Wetzel Pavilion in the municipal park. Mark your calendars for Saturday, December 10th. Be sure to register and check out the details on Park and Rec website starting November 4th. The holidays are approaching fast, and Parks and Rec is here to help you take your stress away. Drop the kids off at the Rec Center on Friday, November 11th from 6 to 10 for our first Kids Night Out. Kids will enjoy pizza, crafts, games, a movie, and Code Ninjas, something to keep any child in grades 1 through 6 happy and fun while giving you the time that you need to get things done or just enjoy a night out. Space is limited. Sign up today at northamptonrec.com. And now the Senior Center. The members of the Senior Center celebrated the fall season with their first Oktoberfest event last week. It was a great day filled with wonderful food, fun, and entertainment, complete with an accordionist and the center's in-house yodeler. And all I could say is when you put Lieberhosen and an accordion together, it is a good time. It was such a huge success that there's already rumors floating around that this could be an annual event for the seniors. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. The center will be holding another special event on Friday night, December 2nd. It's the Holiday Marketplace being held at the center from 5 to 9. The building will be filled with vendors selling a wide selection of unique holiday gifts, home decor, clothing, accessory, jewelry, and more. The Northampton Lions will have refreshments available, hopefully one of their walking tacos. Admission is free, and everyone is invited to get into the holiday spirit and join in the fun. There are still some spaces available for anyone interested in being a vendor. And that's all I have.
Quite a report tonight, thanks.
Oh, I know, sorry.
Bob?
Mine won't be nearly as exciting, but I do have a number of things to report on behalf of the municipal authority. On October 12th of this year, the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection adopted their final regulations for PFOAs and PFASs, which are colloquially known as the forever chemicals in drinking water. Our municipal authority has been using a self-imposed standard of 14 parts per trillion for PFOAs and 18 parts per trillion for PFASs in making a determination to keep our wells online since 2018. That self-imposed standard used by our authority during the period is the same as has now been adopted by the Pennsylvania Environmental Quality Board. This, I know we've said it a couple times, but you just can't say it enough. The privatization attempt to acquire Bucks County Water Sewer, wastewater systems by Aqua has ended. As I think everyone knows, the $1.1 billion proposed sale of Bucks County Water and Sewer to Aqua Pennsylvania would have been the largest privatization of a public wastewater system in United States history due to the public outcry, and maybe in some small part to this board's objection. The Bucks County officials have halted the sale, although I would say I don't know that this is over forever, so remain vigilant. But for now, that is dead. As I mentioned last month, The Department of Environmental Protection in Pennsylvania had announced a drought in 36 counties, among them being Bucks County. Obviously, there's been a lot of recent rain in the region. It's anticipated that the drought will be lifted. That has not yet happened. Once that happens, the authority will post notice on its website and advise our administration as well of that change. I also mentioned last month the Rockville Road water main replacement. That's the replacement terminating at the intersection of Buck Road, which has had numerous water main breaks in the past year. The pipeline replacement is now substantially completed. The roadway will be subject to a full width resurfacing in the subject roadway as required by the township. In some not terrible but not great news, there have been notices received from Bucks County Water and Sewer that there will be a wholesale rate increase for water and sanitary sewer. Our authority received notice on September 30th of this year that there will be a rate increase of 16 cents per 1,000 gallons in accordance with the agreement between our authority and Bucks County Water and Sewer. Northampton Authority is not proposing raising its water rates in the 2023 operational budget, but the increase would be absorbed into the operational budget for fiscal year 2023. The wholesale sanitary sewer service rates to be charged by Bucks County Water and Sewer are not yet able to be calculated. That will be forthcoming, I suspect, in future months. And one final thing, last month at the 80th PMAA Annual Conference in Erie, the Northampton Bucks County Municipal Authority received an Honorable Mention Award for Communications. That award recognizes member authorities that have established an effective communication strategy for their customers through design, innovation, creativity, comprehensiveness, and effectiveness. So kudos to the authority for that. That's all I have.
Very nice. Thanks, Bob. Barry?
Sure. The Planning Commission met on October 11th to consider Bucks County Roses subdivision. Recommendation of approval was tabled until the meeting in November. The Zoning Hearing Board met with a number of residential applicants. One of the things that noteworthy, Rainbow Academy was approved for a second floor for more classrooms. That's expanding there. That will not have to come to land development, but it was approved for expansion. And then Richboro Elementary School has been approved also for some zoning variances. They'll now be coming before this board in November for the land development. And that's pretty much it.
Thanks, Barry.
Otherwise.
Just have a couple things tonight. The fire department had our open house a couple weeks ago on a Saturday during Fire Prevention Week. Tri-Hampton Rescue Squad, also who's the ambulance and emergency medical service for the township, joined us. We had it out in the municipal park. It was a very nice day. We had many visitors. Thank you to all that stopped by. I have one safety message, and you'll see more about that, but as we roll into fireplace season, it is critically important to remember how to dispose of your ashes. Your ashes in your fireplace stay hot 7 or more days. Even though they look like they're not hot, they may still be hot. Always clean your fireplace out. Put them in a metal can with a lid outside away from the house. Don't ever put them in a plastic bag, a paper bag, a box, and leave them in your garage. That is a recipe for disaster. And don't put them in the trash either. Paul is out there waving. Don't forget the trash. They should never go in the trash can as well. They will actually start a trash truck on fire. That is common. We'll see more about that from the fire department as we get it more into the winter months, but it's critically important that everyone remembers that. I don't have anything else. We'll move to the manager's report. Bob?
Two quick things. PennDOT will be holding a virtual public meeting tomorrow evening, October 27, from 6 to 8 p.m. It is to discuss proposed plans to build a roundabout at Jacksonville Road and Alms House Road. Again, it is a virtual meeting. The link will be on our website. So if you go to the township's website, you will see a link to the project. If you click on that, it will take you to the PennDOT website where you can get the link to the Zoom meeting that is going to be held tomorrow evening. Second thing I wanted to mention is that next month I will be presenting 2023 budget. There is no proposed tax increase for next year. You heard earlier this evening, we will need to increase the refuse collection fee due to a new contract. Everything else in the budget is pretty much as is, no reduction in services, no changes in our organization otherwise. So
No
looking
tax
forward to-
increase?
No tax increase, sir.
I would start with that, Bob, first.
I will keep it to an hour and 15-minute presentation.
15-minute presentation would be nice.
Enjoy yourself in here. Did you say no tax increase?
I did.
Okay, that's what we thought.
I did.
Thanks, Bob. Assistant Manager, Bill?
No report tonight, thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Solicitor's report, Joe?
No report.
Thank you, Joe. And Engineer's report?
And no report.
Wow, okay. Is there anybody signed up for public comment? There's no public comment. So with no public comment, all business is concluded. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you.